Tayo po ay nagbabalik dito sa Usapang Bayan at kasama pa rin natin si former Governor Tillah, who is now the Special Envoy of the President to the OIC. Governor, alam nyo, napakarami tayong kailangan pag-usapan, pero I just, out of curiosity lang ho, ano na ho ba ang nangyari dun sa claim ng Sultanate of Sulu dyan sa Sabah?
Well, historically, legally speaking, that part of the world is owned by the Sultanate of Sulu. That's why it was Sultanate of Sulu and North Borneo, referring to that extension of that property. And this has been recognized internationally and by all past administrations. And while we are claiming this dispute with China, which is only by discovery, I think our government, national government, sad to say, from the recent past, have not focused on the Sabah issue. Sa atin ito eh. And it's owned by the heirs of the Sultanate of Sulu and North Borneo and the Muslims and the Filipinos in this area. As a matter of fact, what is important, as having been repeated by the sultans, 3 generations, I was their policy advisor. Sultan Jamalul Kiram, may rest in peace, the third. Sultan Ismail Kiram, who succeeded him, the second. And now, Sultan Pugdalon Kiram, the second. I've been policy advisor of all these 3 generations of sultanates, no? And they made it very public in their statements that Sabah doesn't only belong to them, it belongs to the Filipino nation. And so I think if there is focus between what we are focusing right now on China, we should have focused much more on Sabah claim. Kasi sa atin ito eh, yun by discovery lang. The Sultanate of Sulu, for your information and our public, was even signing treaties with foreign powers, including the United States of America, the Carpenters Agreement, all of this. And was even relating with China, mainland. As a matter of fact, one of our sultans, in one of his visits to China, passed away in China. That's why there's a big park there in his honor, done by the Chinese government. And so, hindi maintindihan ko, bakit, since especially Pinoy's time, nilagyan ng masyadong halaga itong sa itong dispute with China and that parcel of area when that's only by discovery. Ito sa atin ito eh, legally, historically. As a matter of fact, the Malaysian government up to today is paying the rental. Why should you pay rental if you own the property? So that's why I suggested to policy formulators of our country, even before Brother Rod, our president now, even under Pinoy, to have a unit or a department in the Department of Foreign Affairs to tackle this Sabah issue, the Sabah claim, and focus on it and invite historians, academicians, technocrats to come to prepare a kind of a very solid document so that we can move forward, whether be it an extrajudicial kind of settlement or legal claim with the United Nations, International Court of Justice, whatever. Pinuuna nila itong China eh. So to me, it's a dereliction of duty of the national government, especially under Pinoy. Because we were telling him that time to pursue that claim. He did not even talk to the Sultan of Sulu, who is an honored leader and respected by us.
How about the current position of President Duterte?
Well, he made mention of this even during his campaign, that Sabah is ours. And I think in God's good time, he will be addressing this issue.
Sir, let's go back to the topic, peace in Mindanao.
Yes, please.
One of the reasons bakit po talaga walang kapayapaan sa Mindanao ay because of rebellion. What's the root cause of rebellion in the region?
Poverty is one, education, absence of infrastructure, to say the least. Mindanao, for that matter, not just the Muslim South, was always looked at by national leaders as the land of promises, empty promises, never fulfillment. So we are fortunate to have, for the first time, a president from Mindanao who understands what is lacking in Mindanao, who knows the psyche of our people, the culture, the history, and the traditions. And this is one time that all of us must close rank to support this president because he knows what he's doing, especially in resolving the issue in the South.
Since you've already mentioned that, sir, during the election period, you said former VP Binay and President Duterte can resolve the conflict in Mindanao because you said they both have the passion to pursue peace in the region. Now that Duterte is our sitting president, how optimistic are you he can bring peace in Mindanao before his term ends?
First of all, Brother Rod, as I always call him, nahirapan ako magtawag sa kanya presidente hanggang ngayon eh. Nasanay na ako eh. Hails from Mindanao. Many do not know his son married a tausug from my home province of Sulu, Sangkula family. And many again do not know that his great-grandmother is from the Maranao tribe. So outside of this, he really stayed that long in local governance and understands the history and the culture of the people. And second, he is the only president I saw that has access to all sectors of society in Mindanao. Easily he can talk to Chairman Miswari, easily he can talk to Chairman Murad, and so with all the other leaders, the Sultanate, and on that Sultanate, we now have a confederation of sultans in Mindanao for the first time. And they have vowed and committed to the president to lend their support and assistance as traditional leaders to help in the peace and development in this area. And on top of this is Governor Datu Pax Maunda Datu, who is a very great leader we have in Mindanao. He's the only Muslim leader in a predominant Christian community, the only one in the country. And he has committed to the president to help informally as a group to see the fulfillment of Mindanao in terms of the socio-economic takeoff.
Sir, children are being recruited by rebel groups. How can the government prevent this from escalating?
You know, young people are attracted by some kind of, moves, especially when there are incentives, at that level, no? Importante diyan, yung mga kabataan natin, let's keep them in school, let's keep them in sports, let's keep them their health conditions, and give livelihood as they move on, no? Importante diyan na we have units in government from the grassroots level up that are concerned about the development of our young people. After all, they will take the future into their hands once they will be of age. So, kailangan ayusin natin ang environment where our young people are, situated.
Sir, President Duterte is about to deliver his second State of the Nation
Yes.
address on Monday. How will you assess his first year in leadership?
Well, it just goes beyond leadership, political will. This is one president I saw that has political will. In private or in public addresses, as I have known him through the years, pag sinabi niya yan, yun na yun eh. And when he says that he will do this and fulfill it for the sake of our people and the future generations, he will do it. Now, we have seen this. Let's start with drugs. I knew in Mindanao we had some drug problem, but not that magnitude until he revealed this with the thick, the thick document. I could not believe it myself. Even in my region, Region 9, where Sulu, Tawi Tawi, Basilan are part of. It took this president to take the bull by its horns and reveal, inform our people, now we are in trouble. You know, if we did not have this president now, we would have been a drug-fested country, and kawawa naman yung mga anak natin at apo natin because they have nothing to do with this. Now, the first time that there is a sitting president that is addressing, you know, the problem squarely. So with corruption, not only in the civil service, but even in the military, the police, as you have seen it, and of course, criminality. These are the three areas of focus of this presidency. And I think any survey, whether it's social weather station, Pulse Asia, or international, survey stations, must be rating him that highly. And he has not even reached 1 year yet, or close to 1 year.
Moving closer to home,
Yes.
you're currently the special envoy of the president
Yes.
to the OIC.
Yes.
What are the things that we are trying to achieve with the OIC, or what kind of support or assistance can we try to get from the OIC?
Well, first of all, it was the OIC moderating influence that brought in the Moro National Liberation Front to the negotiating table and talk peace. And if only for that, malaking bagay na yun. So we stopped exchanging bullets in the battlefield. Instead, we went to the negotiating table. Rule number one achieved by our government by enlisting the help of the Organization of Islamic Conference. Number two, the original position of the Moro National Liberation Front, just like the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, was independence. Because of the moderating influence of the Organization of Islamic Conference, this kind of view was slowly shifted to autonomy. That's why we don't anymore talk about independence. We now talk of autonomous structure and how to enhance it, even under this BBL. So, second. Then third, the OIC, numbering 57 member states, it's the mini United Nations of the Islamic world, has direct linkages with all the Muslim countries. And if peace will reign in our area, I can just imagine the number of investments, trade, that will come in outside of the overseas contract workers that we have all over the Middle East. No? Malaking bagay ito. And when the OIC stands pat with us, it's a very good partnership. And what the OIC is hoping for, and of course even our government, is a convergence in terms of the different, rebel groups that we have, particularly the MNLF and the MILF. Now, sana, the people hope na makapagkaisa ito, unite, so that we can move forward faster than in acceleration than was before.
Sir, I have one last question. Just yesterday, presidential spokesperson Ernesto Abella read a letter of President Duterte to Congress where he recommends the extension of martial law until the 31st of December. Do you agree with this? And what will be the implications of martial law extension?
Okay, first of all, the President, as head of state and commander-in-chief, he is or he has access to many information that we do not know. Okay, so we have to trust our president in this score. Number two, the problem in Marawi is not yet 100% resolved, and the spillover effects, And I think the president just wants to ensure na matatag ang peaceful resolution of that conflict in that area, Now, of course, there's a way to scale it down ultimately. For instance, Tawi Tawi, my province, my mother's province, and where I became governor, I was there for 6 days. I walked on the streets. I went with the governor, Rasidin Matba, to some island barangays. There's total peace in the area. So siguro, pwede na, hindi na isama yung Tawi Tawi. And like Camiguin, siguro there are more lanzones than anything else in Camiguin. From all my network, because I said I have my network of leaders all over Mindanao, the Surigao provinces, the Agusan provinces, to name a few. So I hope those who are advising the president will validate all of this so that baka yung for
Scale down
down siguro, but tighten the rope in
Yeah.
terms of the intrusion
Areas in
Yes,
conflict.
yes,
Aha.
yes.
Well, that's all
Yeah.
all the time we have. At yan po ang isang makabuluhang diskusyon kasama si Special Envoy of the President to the OIC and former Tawi Tawi Governor Tillah.
Thank you very much, sir, for gracing our program. Nais ko po magpasalamat kay Ronnie May ng Phase 1 at Center for Aesthetic Studies para sa aking makeup for tonight. Maaari niyo po kaming i-follow at i-like sa aming Facebook page, Usapang Bayan. Ako po si Rach Marquez.
At ako po si George Chua. Samahan niyo po kami muli sa mga susunod pa nating episodes dito sa Usapang Bayan.